What's poppin', everybody? It's a Slowbro 94. Got a brand new deck to show you guys. A cool deck, if I say so myself. I know that I said that I was probably gonna do Abomasnow after Camerupt, but I tried the deck out and to be honest, it's very gambly. No matter how I build it, whether you have a bunch of water energies, whether you try to be a bit more conservative, whatever you do, you're really gambling on luck, just discarding the right amount to get a one-hit KO, or you forced to lose a bunch and not really kill something significant. I didn't really like it, and then you lose to other random stuff that sort of counters you. So I'm probably not going to show that deck, but I did think of another cool deck idea centered around this Kangaskhan. So this is a basic Mega Evolution Pokemon, 300 HP, pretty large, pretty much like a Tag Team GX Pokemon. You can think of like Wailord with 300 HP. And then when I look at this card, I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's got big HP, it's a basic, but the attack is a flip a coin attack. We're not really going to be able to get one-hit KOs with this attack, so why bother? But then I thought to myself, if I build this guy as a tank, then it doesn't matter how much damage we do, as long as we can still two-hit KO things, it's great. Plus with the run errand ability, not attack, you draw 2 cards every turn if this guy's active, so there's definitely a lot of merits to utilizing this card, as a tank at least. So I built a deck based around this concept, you know, tanking, healing this dude, and then keep putting up the pressure. We should be able to put in some work, as you guys are going to see in the matches. So run 3 of this guy, he's going to be the main attacker, and then I do a 2-3 line of the Slowbro here, to basically heal, move the damage counters from this guy, put him in the Slowbro, and then we keep our big dude with the energies, and these guys don't matter. If they die, your opponent doesn't really win. As long as I can deny him of getting 3 prizes on this guy, then it's great. Now, I was doing a 4-3 line of Slowbro, but then I realized while I was playing some games, oh shit, I don't got any, like, other attacker besides Kangaskhan, so wall Pokemon like Mimikyu or other random stuff, like the Dwebble evolution from Gen 5. We ain't got no way to hit them. So I put in some basic Pokemon too that can actually attack and actually be pretty good candidates as tech counters in general for the meta. So the first one is this Tapu Bulu. With Wood Hammer, you do 220. Is a grass Pokemon, so anything that's grass weak, like Charizard and other grass weak Pokemon EXs, you kill them in one shot, so it's great, and it's flexible to be powered up with Joltik. By the way, this is the way we're gonna power up Kangaskhan. You want to open with this Joltik and then get a bunch of energies with the attack. You get to power up Kangaskhan, you get to power up something else. It's great. So we need compatible stuff with Joltik too, if it's going to be regular Pokemon or whatever it is. Tapu Bulu is one such card, and then Regigigas, of course, as another. Hit any Terra Pokemon like the hated, despised Dragapult. If I see it, I don't see it as much now, but maybe it's still popular, and I'm just not seeing it. You can kill it in one shot, of course, and then other Terra Pokemon you kill in one shot too. So it's great. High HP, or as high as they're going to give us for basic Pokemon, and just a non-EX regular attacker. Unfortunately though, even with these guys, this deck does have one major weakness, besides the fighting weakness, is Mega Manectric. If we play against that, I really don't have any counters. They set that guy up, I got no way to attack it, and I'm not gonna put in like stage 1s and just do shit differently. I suppose you could just drop these guys and then put some sort of a, I don't know, evolution stage 1 attacker, but I don't know, man. I'm happy with the deck how it is right now. So if we have to auto lose against the Manectric, fine. Okay. We got 10 energies, just 5 lightning and 5 grass for Joltik and to power up our Kangaskhan, which can work with any energy. That's why this deck is a thing. Now, this is just about enough for the Kangaskhan's to get powered up. You know, you got to put one on the Joltik, and then you got a few spares too. You won't be able to power up 2 of this guy and power up like Tapu Bulu or Regigigas. So these guys are basically here as a sort of backup depending on what my opponent uses. But if I gotta use Tapu Bulu, then it gets killed. Then, you know, you're gonna have to get about one Kangaskhan, and that's about it. Because you're not gonna have enough energies. And I don't want to put in more for no reason, just for tech situations. So keep that in mind. This deck isn't without its weaknesses. And I don't even have like Super Rod in this deck. I decided against it. But if you want to run recovery cards like that, you can. Instead, I got a bunch of other stuff you guys are going to see. We got the typical stuff of Nest Ball and 3 Pofins to get the Slowpokes with 70 HP. And then Joltik, if you don't open with it, you can get that with the Pofin as well. You got to do the Joltik play turn 1 to get energies. And we have a bunch of switches too for the Pokemon that might get stuck if we open with Slowpoke or something. You can use the switch to get out of the way. Same with, yeah, if you open with Kangaskhan, you can draw 2, it's great, but then you want to move it out of the way to power it up with Joltik. So, you know, you have your weaknesses with these large retreat Pokemon, like Slowbro and the others. So that's why we gotta have the switches, okay? You could do Latias too, but I mean, Slowbro is a stage 1. It's not gonna work with Latias, so I decided no, I don't want to give my opponent easy targets like any other EX they can kill. I just want them to. It's gonna be this Kangaskhan and just one prize Pokemon. Alright. We got 3 Ultra Balls as well to grab the Slowbro. The only way to get it. We don't really need it immediately, but eventually you want to get it out when you want to heal. One of the Vessels, a way to get energies. Just a good card. You know, discard outlet too. You don't really need it. You can do energy search if you want to, but I got it in. And then we got 3 of the Bravery Charm. I'm running a bunch of these tools. This is, of course, to go on the Kangaskhan, make it even tankier with that excellent HP. And then the Lively Stadium, also going to give us an additional HP buff. So if you got this and the Charm on, this guy's going to have 380 HP. It's just a basic Pokemon, which is amazing. And this can help, the Stadium, of course, can help other basic EX Pokemon too, but to be honest, you're hitting for 200 base damage before any coin bonuses. So EX Pokemon are pretty much going to live anyway. Okay, the Featherbird, it would survive anyway. If he gets the buff, you still need to just get 1 hit to hit for 250 and then you kill it. So I don't really think this Stadium is going to help out my opponent as much as it's going to benefit us, to be honest. So it's definitely the Stadium of choice here. I got the double Poke Gear just to help us get supporter cards, you know, consistency. Since I got the space, why not? We do have a bunch of supporter cards anyway. We max out the Orvin, of course, so that I can get what I need immediately, like the switch to make that play. Get the ball cards, of course, to search our basic Pokemon. Get those tools. I think it makes sense in this deck. And then max out the Lily and Ino. Standard stuff too, I would say. And then 1 Boss's Orders. That's it. The ace pick of choice, the last card I guess I didn't cover, is going to be this Poke Vital. Or Poke Vital A. Pretty much just going to be like a Max Potion or a healing card without the discards. Scoop up Cyclone, I mean, you could do it, but I mean, it could work, but I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to, like, I want to keep my guy with the energies on and still attack if I don't got another Kangaskhan ready to go. So maybe it's better, but in this case, because I don't got ways to move energies around or attack for cheap energy, I think this is just more practical. But we need something to heal, you know, with the Slowbro. Just make sure I can negate a bunch of attacks on this Kangaskhan. My opponent's struggling to kill it, and we can get more free attacks. Okay. And this is basically the deck. It's not designed to get 1 OHKOs, although you could if you get lucky. I mean, this guy just does 200 and then you flip a coin until you get tails. So if you get a bunch of random heads, you might even kill like a stage 2 EX Pokemon. or if you can just hit for 250 or 300, it's still great. It's stuff you can kill. But the idea is whether we get tails or heads, I just two-shot things, doing 200 and tanking attacks. Okay. And that's the deck, Kangaskhan. I think this is the last deck out of Mega Evolution I'm going to show in terms of EXs. Even regular Pokemon, I didn't really see anything I fancy. It's just stuff that is terrible, like this Alakazam with 140 HP, like this is 2010. And I know a lot of people are using this guy because you can draw a bunch of cards with, you know, the other stuff in the format, and then you can make powerful attacks, but I just think it's still a joke. It has 140 HP. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, so that's the deck. I'll see you guys on the matches. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. What a